What's happening? This your favorite fat man, Big TJ, bringing it to you on the Sports Battleground, brought to you by Go Podcast, 3-Point Conversion. Alright, so, I've been called out by Raphael Haynes, aka Mr. Controversy, that is doing exactly that right now, bringing some controversy for y'all. I'm not a sensationalist. I'm a truth teller. And if you've heard his take, he's calling me out because I called Russell Wilson a game manager. Yes, I did. I don't take it back. The reason that I call him a game manager is because he's just that. He's a smart guy, great athlete, but it doesn't change the fact that he is a game manager. Everybody accepts that Alex Smith is the all-time game manager. Everybody calls him Mr. Game Manager. So, if we're going to go ahead and say that Alex Smith is the base for what a game manager is, and Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, those guys are the opposite of a game manager. So we got our base, we've set the base, and now we've got, the exception. Peyton Manning, 51 touchdowns, 5,000 some odd ridiculous yards, now owns the record for touchdowns in a career. That guy. So we know what the base is, and we know what the extreme is. So base, Alex Smith, 2013, the man throws for 3,313 yards. Has a average passes of like 6.5 yards per game. I got to know these things because I have to be able to make my argument solid. So 3313 yards, 6.5 yards per pass, and I think he had 23 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. That's the base. That's a game manager. 33-13, 6.5 per pass, 23 and 9, or 23 and 6, excuse me. Okay, so Russell Wilson, being that you're saying that he is not a game manager, should blow those stats out of the water, because a game manager, under your definition, all he does is dink and dunk, pass the ball, don't make dumb plays, Alex, get the ball away, screen passes, 4-yard slants and whatnot, right? Right. So by your definition, Alex Smith is 33-13, 6.5, 23 and 6 is the base for what a game manager is. Russell Wilson, 2013 stats. 3,357 yards. Not even a whole 100 yards more. Not even 70 yards more than Alex. 8.5 yards per pass. A whole 2 yards more per pass. Maybe they run their slants a little deeper in Seattle. 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. He had 3 more touchdowns, and he also had 3 more interceptions than Alex. So, Alex's stats are the base for what makes a game manager. Russell Wilson, his stats look mighty familiar. I don't call Russell Wilson a game manager because he has a beast back and no wide receivers. Because Donovan McNabb, Philly guy, had a nice back in Brian Westbrook, and up until he got T.O., his best receiver was Freddie, I'm going to thank my hands Mitchell, the people's champ. So no, just because you don't have outstanding receivers and a great running back doesn't make you a game manager. The reason that I call Russell Wilson a game manager is because he is that. Yes, he has beast mode. And he uses beast mode. And the majority of his plays that are successful or otherwise come off of using the run, faking the handoff, and rolling out with the pass. That's just what it is. Now we see an influx of rushing yards for him because he'll run a play action boot naked to the other side and he'll get yardage. So I'm showing you why his stats are set up the way they are that makes him look a lot like Alex Smith. But what I'm talking about and what makes a game manager is not only one that facilitates the offense off of the run because that's the way the offense is set up, but they don't make a lot of mistakes. They're willing to throw the ball away and go 3 and out because they know that they have a strong defense behind them. Right. Kyle Bowler, when he was in Baltimore, game manager. Kyle Orton in Chicago, game manager. Rex Grossman, didn't he go to a Super Bowl for y'all? He was a game manager. A guy that you cannot necessarily, a guy who you put the ball in his hands and he's not going to be the reason you lose. When Seattle loses, it's not Russell's fault. It's not because he's throwing a lot of interceptions, taking chances. When Chicago Bears lose, it very well could be Jay Cutler's fault for throwing 3 and 4 picks. But that's not going to happen in Seattle because Russell's job is to manage the game. Don't go too far. And you said, I wouldn't say that Tom Brady was a game manager before he got Randy Moss. Tom Brady was very much a game manager before he got Randy Moss. You got Curtis Martin, you got Corey Dillon, whoever is back there to take that rock. And if you notice, when they stopped focusing and spending money on a running back, they started spending it on receiver. Tom Brady won Super Bowls when he was a game manager, when you could not name any of the running backs, any of the wide receivers that he had. That's when Tom Brady won Super Bowls. When they started to invest in that offense and open up the playbook to let Tom show everybody that he does actually have an arm, that's when they stopped winning Super Bowls. Not saying that there's a correlation, but when they stop spying on people, they stop winning. So yes, Tom Brady was a game manager before he got Randy Moss. Alex Smith is your base for what a game manager is, so that makes Russell Wilson a game manager. In regards to Nick Foles, I don't know what Nick Foles will do in Seattle. I really don't know. Maybe he can get more out of the wide receivers than Russell is. I don't know. When you got beast mode, it's kind of hard to find out what somebody's going to be because you got beast mode. You really don't need anything. But, real quickly, you try to talk about his comeback ability. Okay, let me address that real quick before I hop off. You talk about him in one playoff season having 2 comeback games in a row. First of which being against Washington. The fact that you would use this comeback game as an argument really lets me know that you weren't ready whenever you decided to do this debate tonight, were you? Seattle Seahawks were playing the Washington Redskins. The Washington Redskins were very much winning the game with an RG3 that was hurt during his rookie season when he was absolutely ridiculous. RG3 goes down, Seattle comes back. RG3 wasn't at 100%, but they weren't winning until after he went down. So you want to give Russell Wilson credit for bringing his team back when the only reason that they came back was because RG3 went down? Fine, let's give him some credit. Next week, they play Atlanta. You give them credit because they came from 20 points down to Atlanta. Atlanta is habitually a team that fails in the postseason. Why? Because they get away from what got them there. Michael Turner he was in the top 5 in the league that season for carries total for the season. Top 5 in carries. In that postseason game against Seattle Seahawks, Michael Turner carried the ball twice in the second half. For whatever reason, Michael Smith just isn't real keen on giving the ball to his running back in the playoffs. So, what happens? You can't run the clock, so Seattle has the opportunity to come back. Did they score some touchdowns? Absolutely. But they were playing Atlanta, bro. Atlanta doesn't count in the playoffs, and the fact that you use them as an argument shows that you're just grabbing at straws right now. The man is a game manager. Did he win a Super Bowl? Absolutely. And I give him credit for that. I'm not going to take anything away from him. There are a lot of guys that won Super Bowls. Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl. Mark Brunell's got a Super Bowl. Doug Flutie came close to a Super Bowl. What am I doing? I'm naming people that, got a Super Bowl. Doesn't mean he's great yet. And the fact that he is your favorite player, I respect it. I respect he's your favorite player. Okay. still a game manager. Your favorite player is a game manager. Congratulations. This is Big TJ. Follow me on Twitter at BigTJ2020. Shouts out to the fam, TSCRN, my Go people, Mo J's, Controversy. You asked for it and you got it. Sports Battleground. Big TJ. Go podcast. Holla at your boy.